Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final game of the group stage that we're playing tonight in the VicaraGaming Invitational. We've got ForLove International playing up against mYinsanity. Obviously my name's Duke, and joining me as always is the wonderful Sick. How are you doing, man?
Oh, I'm blushing, man. No, yeah, finally we get the game going, and as you already mentioned, it's actually already the last one for today, but it's gonna be definitely a good one. Of course, ForLove.Int, good team. mYinsanity always was a good team, and these two teams are really gonna play out against each other quite well, I think. Do you know if Arya fixed his internet issues?
I don't think he's had any problems recently. Hasn't mentioned anything. So it should be fine. He hasn't said there have been any problems, but we're into the game. Hopefully, we won't have any problems, and he hasn't disconnected yet, which he had in the previous. So fingers crossed.
Yeah, let's hope. Let's wish the best of luck. And mYinsanity also, I don't know if you know about the other games, but mYinsanity is a quite known multi-gaming clan, and of course they picked up a really good Dota 2 team as well, with Booktop of course, and we're playing with two stand-ins, right? Garta and 10-12, I think these are stand-ins.
Yeah. Wow, that's a quick tinker.
Yeah, some teams just love that tinker, and I just had my sound disabled for a minute.
Lycan, Brewmaster.
Yes. Then we see a Lycan and a Brewmaster going into ForLove's hands here. Yeah, we've seen what this Lycan can do. We've seen what a Brewmaster can do, and this is gonna be very interesting. Of course, the Tinker offers a lot of anti-push with that global presence. He can be everywhere and just march down whatever is thrown at mYinsanity's
10 seconds remaining.
way, but Lycan and Brewmaster are already two very strong picks. Of course, Strength Heroes tanking quite a lot. Yeah, what do you think they're gonna pick now?
See, I'm not really too sure. See, you want to try and deal with the Brewmaster. So, obviously, the first thing that comes obviously to most people's minds is the Skywrath pick, or something to secure the farm for the Tinker. Because if Tinker's able to lay down a few marches into even a team fight with the Panda, March will destroy all of these Pandas, like even the little Pandalings.
Yes, indeed.
And will just sort of tear through the Lycan as well. So I think maybe a roaming support duo which can really support the Tinker would be really the best idea here.
Yeah, that could be certainly a choice here. I'm curious, they're thinking quite long. And Visage, actually a support we didn't see for quite a long time. Got popular TI3 and was picked up a lot of times. It's a really strong support. On the lane, you have that high damage nuke with the Soul Assumption. The familiars can be everywhere. I think the Tinker can even TP on familiars, and yeah, you can have literally global presence with that Visage Tinker. The Grave Chill slowing down a lot. Visage is getting really tanky once that Gravekeeper's Cloak comes up, of course. And Visage is a hero that's not used that much in the past. But I like to see it coming back here. And Rubik Lich being banned out. Very strong supports, of course. Both teams want to deny some combos with each other. And of course, ForLove needs 2 more supports, while mYinsanity needs 1. So it's
5 seconds remaining.
Quite painful for ForLove here if mYinsanity bans 2 supports out right away.
Time.
They're actually thinking quite long about this ban. Interesting to see what they feel like would be the biggest threat to them right now. Of course, concerning their strategy, they have something in mind and what they want to achieve, how they want to play this out. So we see the AA going out of the fray, and interestingly enough, AA is quite good against Lycan's push, but of course can be devastating against the Tinker, disabling the dagger for quite a long time when he TPs somewhere, can spot him out with a vision. And AA overall is quite strong lane support, and getting rid of it, I can totally understand that.
Remaining.
We have the Red King being banned out.
Team pick.
I've seen a couple of times the Red King Visage lane. It's quite strong, of course, with that stun into slow, and then the Soul Assumption dealing a big chunk of damage. Shadow Demon picked up, so great support for saving out injured teammates, or initiating on someone, or even taking someone out of the team fight, like the Tinker, for example. So there is no marches, no laser on the Lycan, so everyone can
10 seconds remaining.
hit frequently and freely without missing.
5 seconds remaining.
Quite interesting what mYinsanity thinks of right now.
Reserve time.
I think they're gonna pick another support here, probably. I'm not too sure of it though. Dukes, you still with us? Probably not. Yeah, let's see what mYinsanity picks up here.
10 seconds remaining.
We didn't have that many games recently casted with mYinsanity, but a Tidehunter coming out. We see him banned out a lot in the past games, because Tidehunter of course brings that major force with the Ravage, with the Anchor Smash. That's such a great skill to prevent the damage, and this Tidehunter could basically just walk in Anchor Smash, and Lycan is not gonna deal any damage to the tower, or not much. Great pickup here, the Ravage, of course, disrupting the team fights. ForLove actually picking up the Jakiro to combo it with the Shadow Demon. What do you think about it? I think you're back.
Yeah, I am back. You clearly can hear the sound of my mic unmuting. Wow, okay.
Dire team ban.
Wow.
Yes.
They have got some strong. I think if I do like the I really like the lanes coming out of mYinsanity. I'll be
10
honest.
seconds remaining.
Yeah, the question is it gonna be a Tinker on the
Radiant's
safe
team
lane
back.
farming, or is it gonna be a Tinker in the mid with the possibility to ancient farm?
So obviously, as Radiant, you really do. I would say obviously mid, because like sort of that close access to the ancients.
10
Yeah, that's true.
seconds remaining.
But similarly, if you are on the safe lane, you can actually get that spot in the
5
Radiant jungle
seconds
where you can get
remaining.
all three of the camps.
Yeah, and that's why I asked, because it's
Reserve
interesting what
time.
choice
5
do you make.
seconds
Because I
remaining.
think you can start the jungle farming with Tinker a little bit earlier than the ancient farming.
Yeah.
So
Dire
it's
team
interesting
pick.
to see what they value higher. Do they want a lot of farm in the mid game on the Tinker, or do they want to accelerate really early on? And we actually see a lot of
Radiant
Centaur
team
bans in the
pick.
last banning phase, and first time it actually doesn't get banned as the 5th ban for either team, and it comes out. Centaur is a really great hero, especially with a Shadow Demon Jack hero. mYinsanity is looking to use that Static Storm, of course, on top of the Brewmaster to prevent that ulti from coming out. And if they hit like 2 or 3 heroes with that Static Storm, it's going to be really dangerous, of course.
I think you're right. I think it's going to be a safe lane tank. Get Tidehunter mid to go up against the Brewmaster.
Yeah, I
And
think
then-
that works great.
I think that's such a good sort of way to line it up.
Yeah, Tidehunter is really great against melee heroes, especially if you skill Drunken Haze and make this Tidehunter miss, he doesn't really give a shit. Like, he's just gonna use his Anchor Smash and farm that way anyways, right?
Oh yeah, and to be honest, both of these teams have lineups which
Prepare
I know
for
are
battle.
just very effective. We'll just go straight into it and introduce ForLove.Int, taking up the Centaur. He played an amazing Nyx in the earlier game. We have Lev. Following it up, I think it's the second game with his Brewmaster. We have Soodle.
Yeah, I
on
think
the tri lane. We've got Patashko on the Shadow Demon, Casper onto the Jakiro. I think that he played that last game as well. Did
Yeah, I
Patashko
think so.
play the Shadow Demon as well?
yes, I
Yes.
think. Yeah, I think.
3 out of the same heroes.
And yeah,
And
Arya.
obviously, Arya 920 taking up that Lycan.
Yes.
On the reverse, for mYinsanity, we have Petrico up onto the Tidehunter.
30 seconds to battle.
and then 10-12 onto the Disruptor. We actually have a Timbersaw looking to the mid being played up by Garter. And I actually agree with that even more.
It's quite interesting, yes, because
you walk into him, you activate the Whirling Death, and then obviously he takes that extra damage due to the stat loss, can't last hit, and because you're fighting in the creep wave, you also get the reactive armor.
I agree. Yeah, it's a really strong way to lane. I think both Tide and Timber do great against Panda in mid, and the way they lane it out, I think it's great for the Timbersaw to have quite some money up in the early stages, and the Tide Hunter basically just needs experience in the first place. So laning this, I do agree with mYinsanity. That's a really nice lineup to have.
Got the Disruptor going to be supporting up the Tide Hunter, so they're actually going to be able to even get something out of this. Meanwhile, at the bottom, also we got Bucked Up Dota 2 onto the Visage, who's going to sort of walk around, maybe potentially find the Sentinel Note. He's hidden in the trees quite well. And last but not least, we have Cole taking up that Tinker. And he's just going to be rushing up that Soul Ring, and I think he's definitely going to look to get up some of these jungle camps.
And I think Arya's gonna have a really tough time against the Tide Hunter here on top lane. With that Disruptor supporting him, we have the problem that every time...
It's going to go on mid. The Ice Pass is going to hit, but they really don't have enough. Obviously, with that reactive armor and with the stout shields, can't really take him down. Yeah,
so we have the Panda, of course, farming, and we have the Timbersaw farming, so both of these are gonna get some farm into their hands, but Lycan really struggling right now against the Tide Hunter because their hero was camping in the mid lane trying to get something off. Meanwhile, the Shadow Demon, of course, pulling a little bit. Tide Hunter's gonna find out the hero.
Oh, nice little crit that comes onto the Timbersaw there. That is not how you want to sort of start that.
Yeah, I think Timbersaw will come out of on top of this lane for a little bit, and that was like just one Whirling Death with the Trends cut down, so it's pure damage and it's gonna really be painful. Timbersaw, yeah, Panda is going for the regeneration rune.
Regeneration!
Oh, do we have the glimpse? Yeah, we've got the glimpse. Is it out of range? Out of range, or that's unfortunate of that level 1 glimpse. It's really quite short range.
Yeah, but
and
that was
picked up by the Visage at the bottom as well. But they denied that regeneration, obviously, and the Panda has he's actually got his bot out, come out to now, so he'll be okay there. The Tinker's doing a nice job of sort of denying up the Centaur, and now we're going to have the Visage with his illusions, going to be able to sort of harass him back even more.
Yeah, and I think in the mid lane, the Panda's actually won a little bit ahead in experience. Aya actually disconnecting, so that we might see a pause coming out soon. Yes, yeah, there it is. Actually, from Tide Hunter, he's realizing someone disconnected, and yeah, apparently the network problems are not really fixed. Yeah, Disruptor is already starting to stack the engines for that Tinker. He's gonna have a really fast Soul Ring, Boots of Travel, and will farm up that engines as soon as he gets close to that Boots of Travel, I think, because he's gonna have a decent amount of experience here on the bottom lane while Booked Up is
sorry. Teams is having a little bit of fun.
We see bottle walking by Timbersaw right now. 15 seconds until the courier is gonna be upgraded for both teams. Actually, the bottle from Panda is going back with 1 charge to keep up the movement speed of the courier. It's quite interesting. There's not much we can talk about right now. I think it's like, yeah. Shadow Demon, of course, pulling a little bit, trying to get some extra experience in. Getting that Demonic Purge, of course, helps against all the heroes. It's great to slow someone down, even through BKB, doesn't matter. Actually, the Shadow Demon has not selected a single skill yet, so he's really trying to react on what happens when something happens.
Dude, I'm surprised by that because at level 1 there's literally nothing better than the disruption, in my opinion. The Soul Catcher, it's fairly difficult to land at 20%. It's not too bad. The Shadow Poison, really not too sort of effective damage early. But yeah, I would just have to say Disruption is just easily the far better skill. In any situation, really.
Yeah, especially if you line it up with the Jakiro. But Jakiro is forced to go to the bottom lane due to the pressure that this Centaur is gonna feel pretty soon when Tinker is getting up the levels, and with the Visage, there's a lot of nuke damage coming out of those two. So the Jakiro already getting ready to help out the Centaur with whatever is thrown at his way.
Yeah, we're all to see where the lanes go. See, with Timbersaw in the mid lane, you don't actually get that Timber Chain all up too early, so his roaming potential just fall off slightly, as he's not able to sort of bounce around whilst he wants to get to that Shark and deal that massive amount of damage. Anyway, let's just check out the other lanes. The Tidehunter's getting his levels, level 3 up on him. Same with the Centaur, but now that the Jakiro is down here, the Tidehunter's going to get more up on the top, while the Centaur won't be getting as much experience as it will be shared.
Yes, that's certainly true, and the problem is that Lycan cannot really contest the damage of that Anchor Smash in the early stages of the game. It's reducing 60% damage already on level 1, so that's really painful for that Lycan. He's gonna lose, like... Okay, I'm not gonna do math live on air, but... Yeah, it's a lot. And actually we see a resume here.
He loses 42 damage, roughly. Maybe 43.
And there comes the IT guy. Managing to calculate what I cannot calculate. Actually, we have an initiation from the Panda on top of that the Timbersaw. But with that
this could be the first one. If he gets one more hit,
he didn't get the crit there. That's really unfortunate for the Panda. And the reactive armor also, of course, helping out, trying to sustain through that. Tidehunter's gonna find the Shadow Demon here, and now he's gonna certainly skill that disruption because he needs to get out of there.
And where did all that damage on the Shadow Demon come from? Like, I think, was it just the Anchor Smash plus 1 gush? And they both left 1, so he's not exactly high level to those, but that's a lot of damage onto that Shadow Demon.
Yeah, you reduce the armor with the gush, and then the Anchor Smash comes in, dealing quite a lot of damage, since it is physical.
Yeah, so that's just ridiculous amount of damage. And they do get the slow up onto the Centaur, trying to see if they can get him. Bokhtop has the Soul Assumption in 1 second, but just sort of gonna get the march off. Now the stop actually does hit the Centaur, but the Soul Assumption probably will be able to pick him off. So that's gonna be the first blood. Goes towards the Visage, and now they're going to be able to pick off the Jakiro as well. Double kill there.
That's 700. Yeah, that's 700 money up on the Visage. That's quite huge. Of course, 4 minutes into the game. It's really nice if you have that extra chunk of money. Centaur is actually running right around again and trying to actually make something happen. There is no slow up yet on that Visage, so he's trying to go for the Tinker. He's actually getting close enough for it, and he's gonna double edge. Oh no, the vision.
Yeah, and if they had enough mana for that Soul Assumption, that would, I think that very could have been a dead. Obviously, a dead Centaur here at the top. They did go in. The Disruptor's being chased down by the Lycan with the wolves, but the nice block's going to be coming out of the Tidehunter. He's going to be able to use the Soul Assumption as well if he needs to. But they were able to pick off the Shadow Demon, and everything going into the pockets of mYinsanity right now.
Yeah, nice Ice Path trying to catch out the Tinker, but obviously Centaur cannot really charge into the tower due to the lack of creeps. And we have a Soul Ring picked up on the Tinker and boots, of course, and plus 800 money, so he's gonna have his...
Every time this Timbersaw is just living life on the edge. Yeah, it's probably... actually this could be very, very dangerous for him. And not even gonna, like, put out the time just to get out of the crowd, just instantly go into that ultimate form. That will fall to that last attack damage from the Storm Spirit.
On the bottom lane, actually, the Centaurs went into the side shop to buy something. Put out Oh, there's gonna be a lot of danger, and I think the centaur is gonna fall. Or do we have no, we don't have mana for soul assumption yet. So, nice attempt with the south to get out of it, but I think in the end,
one more auto attack onto. Oh, he's not actually able to get it off, and he doesn't have rocket either. He needs to, and the Shadow Demon is going to come in, and with the Shadow Demon, you actually just kill him. Like,
yeah,
the Vicara was picked off by the neutral. Use those illusions to actually hit him. Oh no!
I think he's gonna survive through this.
Yep, and he could get the Grave Shield onto the Shadow Demon. The Shadow Demon will actually fall if he gets the Grave Shield, and there we go. He is now going to actually go down.
Middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, he tried to deny himself.
Tinker was able to pick up that kill.
Meanwhile, the Timbersaw actually picked off the Panda in the mid lane. We actually missed that, but yeah, it's going in mYinsanity's way right now. They're really playing on top of their heads.
Yeah, there's some really stellar play coming out of mYinsanity here, especially using that Timbersaw. Like, say, absolutely wrecked through the that sort of hero, and he's also got a haste rune, so he is able to sort of put down some heavy harassment onto the Panda, and just the baits with the courier is absolutely ridiculous. Well, the Panda could do a lot of damage here. He won't be able to kill him, obviously, with the haste rune up on Timbersaw. He'll be able to run away quite easily.
It just gives him a crit for the way.
Yeah, but you just see how much the reactive armor gives him. That crit
did nothing.
Too much damage.
Yeah. And actually, the Centaur is trying yet again to.
He's going in on that, and he was going really deep into that kill. He's now got his arcade, so he might actually be able to like sort of timber chain in.
Well, with the Ravage, actually, they can turn this fight totally around, and both of his heroes are actually gonna die. And that's a lot of money going into Tinker's way, and he actually got his foot of travel now. Was really nice TP in by Tidehunter, and I think with that dive it was quite brave, but yeah, Tidehunter just knows what's happening and TP's in right there at the right time, finishes that dive and denies ForLove's attempt to actually make something happen.
Yeah, also, during that time, actually had the Timbersaw. He was 1v2 versus the Panda and Shadow Demon, and just sort of was walking through them, and ended up walking away just from the fight. I also just like to point out this ancient stack.
Yeah, it's quite big, and now this Tinker has Boost of Shovel, so he's certainly gonna TP there and try to farm it up. Actually, the Primal Split is forced here, and with the stun and the TP in by the Vicara, I think this. Oh, what a beautiful chain there, trying to get out of the ice path, but I think the Fire Panda is just, yes, too far, and that was a nice attempt by the Timbersaw getting out of there, but a nice TP in by the Vicara forces him to, yeah, do something risky, and didn't work out in the end, but a nice kill there for ForLove, trying to get back into the game.
Yeah, and I think if Panda's able to sort of get up his blink fairly quickly, and the fact that the Lycans sort of, I think Lycans sort of rotated into the woods.
Yeah, he's getting some farm now up. He really had to suffer in this top lane against Tidehunter. Of course, as a melee, you definitely do not want to face him up. Vladimir's up now. I think he's going for what's that chainmail for?
That will be for the medallion.
Yeah, probably medallion. Maybe insta AC. Nah, JK, but
Floods into AC, what a build. Now the Vicara sort of being harassed out by the Tidehunter. No, Tidehunter's probably going into the Mechanism's health. Actually, well, you can throw the gush on, yeah, throw the gush onto the Vicara, and the Tidehunter's just got the Kraken Shell maxed, so the damage threshold for that, and he's got the reduction on that. As it actually isn't able to kill the Vicara, but he's able to sort of just put pressure on him. Meanwhile, in the mid, you've got the Timbersaw and the Visage just sort of putting the hurt down.
Well, this Lycan is actually damaging him quite a lot, and they're trying with the Sand ult to pursue that Timber, and wow, that was super close. Visage is probably gonna. Oh, they're so close. He almost killed their Panda, but now he's in danger himself. Lycan coming back in to finish off the Visage, so they didn't get the Timber after all, but they got at least air kill. And Lycan has to be careful here because Disruptor is coming in.
I think Disruptor did have a fairly decent range to be able to get
on the top lane. Meanwhile, the Vicara dies with a Ravage, and Shadow Demon is actually finding him in quite some trouble. Tinker TP'd in there, but he's quite low on mana, so he's gonna throw a march.
He's going to come in. He's going to get a big stomp off into the double edge. That's a lot of damage onto these two heroes. We'll be able to pick off the Tinker as well, so that's a nice turnaround there. We've got Invis now on the Timbersaw. He's going to see if he can move into the Panda. He's going to walk through the trees, see if he can get a big chain off. But
Yeah, beautiful.
it was scouted out by this ward, so they're going to be just backing off from that. But yeah,
It was
that
quite.
TP in from the Centaur.
Yeah, it was the best counter initiation you could have at that point. No other hero that could have come top there would have dealt with that gang as good as Centaur would have. So it's really nice decision sending that Centaur up there, getting a double kill up, one on the Shadow, no, two on the Shadow Demon actually. That's a nice chunk of money he got. He got Arcane Boots almost. And now we have to always keep an eye on that Familias with the Tinker TP, of course. That's gonna be quite the hard task.
Well, this is really clever coming
Dire's
out
top
of
tower
the
is
Visage.
under attack.
Meanwhile, the Shadow
Like,
Demon actually.
he-
Yeah, he spots out the Lycan.
Dire's top tower is
Yeah,
under
basically,
attack.
whenever they can't see the Lycan, they throw the Familiars and they put them just near the Roche pit.
Yeah. That's actually the best way to deal with that. I think the top tower is gonna fall to that 3 heroes up here from the mYinsanity.
Yeah, they
Timber,
can try and trade it for the bottom tier one. Obviously, with the
Dire's
Lycan, you can
top
push
tower
that very,
is under
very
attack.
quickly.
I think the Tinker TP here, like down here on the Familias and march in.
Yeah, you got the Disruptor that's going to TP,
Dire's
and yeah,
top
Tinker just
tower
sort of
has
cancelled his
fallen.
TP. Now you got the Timbersaw coming in, and he cancelled the Timbersaw's TP, and now the Tinker actually just, you can't TP
Radiant
into that
structures are
Tinker.
fortified.
I think he actually can. The Lycan actually still chasing the Tinker, but he didn't find the way to actually pursue him.
No, the Shadow Demon is now caught out. He was seeing if he could catch out something. Might be able to get a nice little combo onto the Tide Hunter, but he could just turn around. Didn't have the range for the Ravage or the cooldown. And actually, no, all of ForLove.Int has come in, but just all of mYinsanity have just left. Oh, that shift blink was really amazing. Quick blink out there. Now they're going on to the Visage. My big nuke onto Casper. The Familiars are trying to pick off the Vicara. The Wolves will be able to finish off the Visage. Oh, the Courier! What health?
Dire's
What health?
top
And the
tower
Courier
is
actually
under
falls
attack.
down to his Familiars.
Dire's
Meanwhile-
courier has been killed.
Meanwhile, also the Lycan went back up top, started farming up there. I have to say that just really how that went out, that was still fairly decently played for ForLove.Int. Also, they got the tower. Yeah, they lost the Courier, but I think they gained a lot more than they should have lost.
Yeah, I think that was a really good fight. Having that timing, of course, with the Ravage, that it was not up yet because it got used top. Actually, the Tinker farming the Dire jungle right now, and don't think that the Shadow Demon just can walk into that march. I think it's way too much damage, and Tinker is just farming this uncontested right now. He did finish that entrance stack.
Yeah, I think that's really what gave him the blink. Actually, we've got to jump in from the Timbersaw going onto the Panda. Vim's going to put him away, but the Centaur ult is going to sort of get him away from that. Careful onto the Shadow Demon. This is not your friend. Going to have a nice jump in from the Timbersaw. Going to
Radiant's
keep
top
chasing
tower
onto the
is
Shadow
under
Demon.
attack.
Going to see if he can sort of harass him back. Nice block with the illusions from the Tide Hunter. But right now, it's just oh,
Radiant's
that
top
chain
tower
actually misses.
has fallen.
Still watching the rest of the fight. The Tinker March is going out. Just big jukes coming out from the Shadow Demon at this point. Needs to dodge that chakram. Dodges the next chakram, but doesn't dodge the chain, unfortunately. Meanwhile, at the
Dire's
mid, they
middle
get the
tower is
TP
under
in from
attack.
the Lycan. He's going to step straight back to top with that glimpse. Now Tinker's back in that mid lane. He's going to start harassing down to that tower.
There was a 2-for-nothing trade for
Radiant's top
mYinsanity,
tower
and I
is
think it
under
was
attack.
quite interesting how this
Dire's
played
middle
out.
tower
Ravage was
has
not used,
fallen.
and the chase basically of that Shadow Demon just was so long.
I was actually following that for most of the fight. I did briefly look back, didn't actually see the Centaur fall, but I had to say the chase was a lot more interesting.
Yeah, actually nice juke attempts by Shadow Demon, but of course the Timbersaw having up the Arcane Boots, he can sustain through so much mana usage. It's so hard escaping him as a
Radiant's
support
middle
without any
tower is
mobility.
under attack.
Visage taking that illusion. It's really hard for Love to find an opening because this Tinker is gonna be everywhere to defend towers. We see...
Yeah, a glimpse going back onto the Centaur. He should be fine. They would have to pop the Ravage for it, but now with the extra heroes coming in,
Radiant's middle tower is
Philius
under
got to
attack.
get stumped onto the Centaur and the Shadow Demon. The Visage. Oh, this would be a big Ravage into the Static Storm as well. The Centaur was caught in the Static Storm. The Lycan taking so much damage. And the Shadow Demon is getting absolutely nuked down by the laser
Dire's bottom tower is under
Assaultion
attack.
plus the rockets.
Primal split.
And
The Panda actually cancelled his split because he knew that would have not killed anyone here. Again, a really nice trade for mYinsanity, and they placed their ultimates really great. I think the Static Storm hit 3 and then the Ravage on top of that. We have a Dagon picked up on Tinker, and we have a Necrobook 1 on the Lycan. Panda actually needs to be quite careful what's happening to him here.
oh, what a nice familiar stop! And he actually ends up falling into the Tinker. That was absolutely beautiful from the Visage there.
Dire's
The
bottom
jump
tower
in
is under
from the
attack.
Centaur actually was able to, yeah, he did actually pick off the Visage, but was picked up just afterwards by the
Dire's bottom
Tide
tower
Hunter.
is under attack.
Yeah, that was
Tinker Dagon.
that was a great laser by Tinker, saving up that Shadow Disruptor.
Dire's
Yeah, the
bottom
Lycan taking a
tower
lot of
has
damage, and now
fallen.
with the Dagon as well as the Timbersaw, so much damage being dealt to him, and it's this point where you just, there's no space for the Lycan to split push.
Dire's bottom tower
With
is
how fun
under
the
attack.
Tinker is.
Yeah, that's basically a great tool to stop that Lycan from what a Lycan does usually. Tinker actually picking up the haste, but I think he's gonna go back to base without that mana he has. Or maybe with a bottle he's trying to get full again, maybe farm some of the dire jungle here. So a lot of let's check the gold graph. So we have 7.5k gold advantage for mYinsanity, and let's say 7k almost on experience graph. Net worth wise, this Tinker is just out farming everyone right now, pretty much. Timbersaw is gonna pick up his Bloodstone here, or not yet.
No, I think he's just got the point boost. He's waiting for the arcanes just to be able to get get that value mana. 600 gold away from the Bloodstone for him.
And the score is 18-8, so mYinsanity really knows where they can pressure and what they should avoid. But of course, ForLove also made some really nice pickoffs happen. This Tide just cannot get the creep.
Yeah. Well, I think it's just really amazing. Is just like, you see, Panda's got his blink and a point booster. The Lycan's still got his Necrobook 1, Vlads, and Medallion finished. It really shows that these guys are a really good team. The fact how well they've been able to deal with sort of the pressure that they've been under.
Lycan is actually trying the Roshan right now, and Disruptor pinged it out, so they have a guess, and with the familiars they just checked. So now they definitely know Roshan is up, and I think they're gonna come here with a Ravage up, with a Static Storm up.
Yeah, I think they're a little bit worried about walking like straight past. A nice blink clap from the Panda. Now, the Ravage actually beats the Centaur Stomp. Still catches out the Visage. The Tinker up on the high ground gets off the march. He's doing a lot of damage. The Lycan's already gone down this fight, but the Disruptor and Visage followed him. The Panda is doing a lot of damage. Now the Tinker is just returning so much with all of those shots. He is very close to that Roshan. Now they're juking the Tinker around the trees. Actually gets caught out by a Stomp. He's going to take a lot of damage. Oh, the Ghost Scepter is going to be enough for him there. And he will end up falling, but the Panda is going to return his life for it.
Buyback by the Brewmaster.
Buys back just to make sure they can't take this Roshan. Because he could just blink in there with the Chikiro. Actually, they're going to catch out with the Disruptor, or I bet he wished he has, and he had just TP'd in. But a Tinker comes in, he's dealing all the damage. Bloodstone is now out for the Timbersaw. Now the Tinker's just rearming, doing all of the damage. Lycan's got back into the fight, but the Ghost Scepter from the Tinker is there, so he's not able to hit him. Just easy to get off those rearms and just sort of get back up the shot.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And that was quite a long Roshan fight here. And mYinsanity just... I think it was quite close for them.
Oh, that's Disruption just picking off the Tinker. Yeah, and the Lycan was trying to go through, trying to see if he could pick up the Timbersaw, but unfortunately not able to do that. Not enough damage yet, and the GG is called, unfortunately. By ForLove.Int, well played to mYinsanity, really solid play, especially with the Tinker there.
Yeah, they
very well.
Victory.
indeed they played it out very great, and but a good fight back from ForLove.Int here. They didn't give up easily. They knew it was that mYinsanity had a big chunk of advantage here, but they tried to fight back, and they worked quite hard to get back into this game, but it was just not enough. With that Tinker, with the Dagon up, Blink Dagger, Ghost Scepter, with the Dagger on Tidehunter with the mech, and it was just a little bit too much for ForLove to deal with.
Yeah. Obviously, that's actually going to be the end of all of our games tonight. I think we have covered every single one that was originally planned. Yep, we have. We will be back in tomorrow, obviously, starting at 14 CET, straight back in. We're going to have some extra casters in, so as many games as we can will be covered. Hopefully we won't have any internet issues, obviously, for ForLove. I imagine it was quite difficult for them to play, because I think Aria still had a little bit of lag, but still performed very ably, even through it, so you can just imagine what they're able to do on a perfect ping.
Yeah,
but from us at Vicara, obviously, thank you very much for watching.
For everyone who liked the cast, I think we're casting 82L later. Is that true?
No, I think we're doing that tomorrow.
Okay.
We've got yours versus Elysium.
Okay, so tomorrow we're gonna have a lot of games coming up for the VicaraGaming Invitational, and afterwards we're gonna cast the best of 3 series for 82L. So make sure you're there.
Good night. Well, good afternoon.
Yeah.
Farewell. Goodbye.